Barnaby's, shop till you drop. Episode 4, slippery when wet. Vendor at the back door, vendor at the back door. That's all I hear, all day long. Well, at least from 7 till 1. Hi, I'm Stuart. I'm the DSD receiver here at Barnaby's. I have been for the last 15 years. For those of you that don't know what DSD stands for, it stands for Direct Store Delivery, which means I'm in charge of receiving all product that's delivered to the store by outside companies, such as Tasty Cake, Frito-Lay, Little Debbie, all the soda and bread companies, things like that. Also, any books and magazines you may see in the store. As you may already know, Barnaby's is a very old store. We don't have any computers. Every bill invoice I get is physically checked in and verified by me, signed off by me, then filed away in a large file cabinet in the front office. We hold them for a year, then throw them away. Anyway, this place has a long history of weird and horrible events that happened here. Here's my story. It was mid-January, 2 years ago, a few days after New Year's. It had snowed the night before, not bad, but bad enough. It was about 8:30 in the morning, I'd say. One of our bread vendors was pushing a bread rack down the ramp and out to his truck when he slipped and fell on the ice. He slid down the ramp, bounced off the side wall, and right into the path of an 18-wheeler Pepsi truck, backing up to the dock for delivery. The driver tried to stop, he really did, but the wheels locked, and the whole truck slid on the ice as well. I screamed, "Look out!" But it was too late. The vendor screamed in horror, right before the truck ran him over. I've never heard anyone scream like that before. It still gives me nightmares. The wheels of the truck crushed his skull, then rolled over his body continuously, as the truck slid down the incline, and slammed into the loading dock doors, thankfully causing no damage to the building. Anyway, the right front passenger side tire stopped directly on the body. It was horrible. I threw up right there in the snow. There was blood, and bones, and pieces of flesh, smashed down in the snow, on the tires of the truck, and even the bread rack. Severed body parts, and what looked like internal organs, were spread out all around the body. The worst part about it though, was that the truck had to run back over him, to clear the crime scene, once the cops and the coroner got there. I used to wonder how they cleaned up automobile accidents such as this. Now I know. I'm sure they have a proper name for it, but to me, it looked like a giant snow shovel. They scraped up the remains, and put them in a body bag. They had to scrape them up about 3 or 4 times, to get all of him. There was blood dripping off of it, and body parts hanging out of it. I almost puked again. Now, get this. They used 2-liter bottles of Coke to clean up the blood off the pavement. No, seriously. Coca-Cola, the soda. Look it up if you don't believe me. Anyway, isn't it ironic that they used Coke to clean up a crime scene involving a Pepsi truck? Sorry about that, bad joke. Anyway, sometimes when I'm outside cleaning up where the trucks pull in, you know, sweeping, picking up the trash, that kind of stuff, I swear I can see him standing there, right where he died, staring at me. It always freaks me out. But that's not the only ghost we have here. The owner, Pat, has seen a few Native American ghosts around the store. But that's a different story. Anyway, the driver of the truck was not charged with anything, as it was clearly an accident. The cops impounded the truck as evidence, took witness statements, then left. We never did get our delivery. The coroner left as soon as he finished removing all the remains. I don't know where the driver went. I went home sick, obviously. I just couldn't do it anymore. Hell, I'm getting nauseous just thinking about it. I'll never forget that day for as long as I live. And I haven't used a snow shovel since.